to help me read these I can statements. Emma, you want to read the first one? Mathematicians can
add and subtract whole numbers and decimal numbers in word problems.
Okay, so yes, we can all add and subtract whole numbers and decimal numbers in our word problems. What about the second one, Sophia?
Mathematicians can multiply or divide using models and standard algorithms in word problems.
Okay, so we also can multiply and divide using models in the standard algorithm in word problems. What about the third one, Laylee?
Mathematicians can, word problems can be one step or multiple steps.
Okay, so we as mathematicians, we know that word problems can be one step or they can be multi-step. So does anybody have any questions about what we're reading here? We're good? Okay. Okay, so what I want you to do here, this is part of our number talk. We're just going to kind of go over how much money we see here. So can somebody tell me how much money we see? Maddie.
$10.
We see $10. So I'm just going to write $10 right outside there. Okay. So next, and I just want to make a note, I just want to know just how much is here. I'm not asking for the total, I just want to know how much we see here. Tiana.
$4.
We see $4. Alright. And what about here? Faith.
$1.50.
$1.50. Okay.
Actually, no.
Nico? Huh? 3 cents? Oh, you know what? I'm so glad that y'all noticed that because I was trying to see if y'all were paying attention. Because what two coins look very similar? Dimes and quarters, right? Okay, so now how much money do we have?
70 cents.
70 cents. Okay, but let's look.
60 cents.
Jason, how much do we have here?
60 cents.
60 cents. Okay, and then,
That wouldn't be a
well, but look at my decimals. Okay, and what about here? Jalen? 3 cents. All right, so now that we have all of our money labeled, we understand. Yes, James? I don't know what we're going to do. We're going to see what the PowerPoint wants us to do. Okay, so now we want to find out the total amount of money. So can somebody give me a strategy of how we would figure out the total amount of money? Let's see. Zeke.
We add 10 plus 4.
Okay.
And then 60 plus 3.
Okay, so first let's add $10 plus $4.
And then after you add 60 and 3, then you'll add it with whatever you do with that.
Okay, so 60 what?
63 cents plus $14.
Okay, so then he's saying we're gonna do 60 cents. And remember, using decimals here is so important. Alright, so first we're gonna add our 10 plus 4. Make sure you bring your decimal down, which was $14. And we're gonna add our 60 cents plus 3 cents,
63.
which we know is 63 cents. Okay, and then what do we do? Is that our total?
No.
Okay, so what do we do next, Mercy?
You add $14 to 63 cents.
So $14 to 63 cents. And that gives us a total of $14 and 63 cents. Okay, so anybody have any questions? No? Alright. I'm gonna erase this really fast. Okay, so it says now let's put the same amount of money into a word problem. So it says, actually, can I have a volunteer? Let's see. Emma.
Melanie had 2 $5 bills, 4 $1 bills, 6 dimes, and 3 cents.
Okay, so we know we always like read our word problems more than once. So I'm going to read it, and then I'm going to choose another volunteer to read as well. So it says, Melanie had 2 $5 bills, 4 $1 bills, 6 dimes, and 3 pennies. Okay, so I need one more person, one more volunteer. Jason.
Melanie had 2 $5 bills, 4 $1 bills, and 6 dimes and 3 pennies. How much money does Melanie have total?
Okay, so before we even answer the question, I think that we should underline some important information. So it says Melanie had $5 bills, $1 bills, 6 dimes, and 3 pennies. So is that all of my important information? Is that it? No?
2 $5 bills.
Ooh, looky here. That's a little tricky, isn't it? Because guess what? When Miss Bridges, when she first did this problem, she kind of she had to second guess herself, because when I just first looked at it, I just saw, okay, so there's 5, there's 1, and then we have 6 dimes and 3 pennies. That's why it's so important that we read at least 2 times. You really need to read 3 times, but that's why it's so important, because look, they're trying to trick you right there, and we're not going to let them trick us, right? Okay, so the question is, how much money does Melanie have total? Okay, so if we're trying to figure out the total, what would our operation be? Nico, if we're trying to figure out the total of something. To add, right? So our operation would be what? Addition. Awesome job, Nico. Okay, so we know our operation is addition. Okay, so what's our strategy that we're going to use? Because we want to make sure that we get all of our numbers aligned. Okay. Mercy.
You get the 5. It basically goes highest to lowest, so greatest to least.
Okay, so I'm trying to figure out my strategy so I know how much to add together. Sophia.
You add $10, which is 2 $5.
Okay, so let's write that down. So we know we have 2 $5 bills. So I'm gonna write 2 $5 bills. Okay, and I'm just gonna kind of put a little mark through that so I know that I've used that. So what else? What's next? Jason. 4 $1 bills. Okay, so now we have 4 $1 bills. Okay, what's next? Jalen.
6 dimes.
Okay, so we know we have 6 dimes. So how much is a dime worth? Jason?
10 cents.
We know a dime is worth 10 cents, right? So I'm just going to write a little note out here. Okay, so if we have 6 dimes, how much would that give us? How much would 6 dimes give us, Laylee? 60 cents. Okay, so then over here we know we have 60 cents. Okay. And then what's the last? Clayton. We have 3 pennies, right? Okay, so how much is a penny worth? 1 what? 1 cent. Okay, so if we have 3 pennies, then how much is that? 3 cents. Okay. So now that we've written everything down, because we know that sometimes the word problems, they're trying to trick you, and they're gonna put or these problems, they can put it in words and not just numbers, so they're trying to trick you and make you overlook it. Okay, so now our question is, how much money does Melanie have total? So, does anybody have any idea of what we can do to add these up? Jalen. Do what? are you talking about?
On the 6 pages. No, it's because she put.
We have 60 cents and 3 cents here.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Remember our decimals, okay? I'm just writing that because we have like our dollars here and then we have cents here, so I'm trying to just align my place value. Yeah, so that's what, it's just because like it's a little off. It's kind of hard writing on here. Okay, so Faye.
We need to add all the money that you listed.
Okay, so let's add up all the money we listed. Okay, so how much money do I have until here? Oh, sorry. We have $10. Okay. What else? How many ones do we have? 4. So I'm going to add this first, which is $14. Okay, and then what about my cents? My change. And then we have plus 63 cents. And that gives us what? What does that give us?
$14.63.
So the last 2 problems that we just worked, did we have the same total? Did we have the same total?
Yes.
Yes, we did, right? So, but what was the difference? Melanie. I mean, Mercy.
That this one was in a word problem, that one was just in money.
Yes. Okay, so does anybody have any questions? All right. Okay, so now, So now it says, then she brought an ice cream cone for $2.19. How much money did Melanie have after she bought the ice cream cone? Okay, so I'm just going to put over here that her total amount of money is $14.63. Okay, so then what's our question asking? I need a volunteer to read because we always read more than once. Lily. Okay, so it's asking us how much money did she have after she bought the ice cream cone. So what kind of operation do we think that we're going to be using to figure out how much money she had left? Tiana? Subtraction, that is correct. Okay, so let's talk about this for a second. If her total amount of money is $14.63 and she buys an ice cream cone for $2.19, how are we going to set this up? Faye?
$14.63 minus $2.19.
Okay, so I'm just going to work it over here. So I'm going to do $14.63 minus what?
$2.19.
Okay, so here I go. Okay, is that right?
No, the 2 goes up to the 4.